Let's come to an understanding. 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 I said, let's come to an understanding. 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 Let's come to an understanding.
Let's come to.
We are live, people. What's going on, everybody?
Welcome back. Well, we're not live. This is a pre-recorded show, but we're back.
I say that every time, though. Come on, this can't be the first time you caught me on it.
I just thought about it. Well, you know what? Because today we have a guest on, and before we started, she was asking me, she's like, should we post about this on Instagram beforehand? And I say, we don't go live to tape. Okay, we do pre-record because we say a lot of wild shit on here that we can't put out to the public.
We go crazy.
We have to do some edits usually. So
no, it's a post-corona world. We're all going to be in 2 months. We're all going to be podcasters, every single person. And Bill O'Reilly's going to say now everyone's canceled because Bill O'Reilly got canceled. He got a head start on us, didn't he?
Well, yeah, we're all coronavirus predicted Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. But Cheyenne's saying that we got a head start. You know what? Yeah. Hey, it's something. We put up an episode.
The market's saturated already, though. The market's already saturated.
It's only saturated on the live.
Anyway, hold on. Let me introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, on the show tonight, we have an esteemed guest. You may know her from Winona Middle School, where we first met back in 2007. I want to say the twilight of the Bush years. You may also know of the Bush administration.
The Bush era twilight, yeah.
Yeah, you may also know her as Cheyenne Sapphire, world-renowned tantric healer.
Yeah,
that's
exciting.
Yoga instructor.
I was just looking at your Instagram. I was like, damn, this is exciting.
Yeah. Amish, I'm doing an intro, please.
Okay, do the intro. I'm building it out.
You're stepping on the intro. Okay,
we're building it up. Don't worry, we got to build. I was very excited when I saw that title. I said,
okay.
I can't
wait.
Cheyenne
Sapphire, everybody. Cheyenne Sapphire.
Woo! Cheyenne Sapphire.
We're also our own live studio audience.
So, Cheyenne, can you tell us about this tantric art form that you do?
Definitely. So what I teach Tantric dance for women, and it's using different Tantric techniques that help raise energy throughout your chakras to experience bliss and to remove obstacles in your life so that you feel confident in endeavoring in any activity, essentially.
That's incredible. That sounds, man, I'm just discovering these new Babajis like Baba Ramdas. They just emailed me a course today. They just emailed me like a get free of the ego mind prison course. Like it's like everyone's like, you know, there's all these spiritual teachers that I'm finding now. There's like a whole, like you're teaching tantric dance. But some people are doing like Wim Hof. I took a cold shower yesterday because I got excited about Wim Hof. There's all these spiritual leaders.
That's why you took the cold shower?
Yeah. Sorry, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, are you taking cold showers?
I am taking cold showers.
Are they getting you through the pandemic?
You gotta shimmy and you do it.
You gotta what?
Shimmy.
You gotta shimmy when you do it.
Have you guys ever seen how Wim Hof does it?
Shimmy.
Wim Hof does it like this. He's in the shower and then he starts dancing. He's like, don't worry, you can take it. You can handle it. Don't worry. Wow, I like it so much. And it's a great video. It's an inspirational video. That's why you do it. You're doing the cold shower to be like,
Did you copy him too?
What's that?
Did you do the same thing when you did it today?
Yeah, no, that was a big tip that he gave me because I've tried cold showering before and it's hard, right? But he gives you the good tip of like, do the extremities, do the fingers. This is why you need a guide in life. You need a guide. Man, I look crazy, right? Because the light's cutting my face in half. But
Amish, how much space do you have in the shower? What kind of square footage are we talking in the shower?
Man, my sister has like, it's just her and her kid, right? There's 6 goddamn showers in this place, and they're all waterfall. She's killing it.
They live in a 6-shower home? 2 people in a 6-shower home?
We're talking 2 people. One's a baby. It's a 6-hour home over here.
2 people and one's a baby?
I saw that. Was that? It's my sister and her kid.
How old's the kid?
7. I don't know. Like he's a kid.
It's not a baby. It's not a baby. You're
Yeah.
taking showers. I was
Very
taking
different.
showers at 7.
This guy, at 7, he's showering better than all of us.
I love you went from it's a baby to this guy.
7 years old, he's living the good life. I tried to make him eat strawberries the other day, and he's like, "No, cut them." And I was like, can you just eat it though?" And he's like, "No,
Wow.
not it." He's a little prince.
Does he realize he's under quarantine and that he'd be happy that strawberries are
Yeah,
still available?
strawberries. That's what I was thinking. Like, that's a luxury.
Well, Cheyenne, you were just in Mexico, right? You were doing some courses in Mexico. teaching
Wow,
people,
you teach over there.
Everything.
Yeah, I was in Mexico. I was in Tulum, and I was teaching a few different classes. I was teaching workshops on Tantric dance, and I was also leading plant medicine ceremonies and teaching a couple talks on energetic lovemaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
me and Amish have a theory going
Okay.
that lovemaking is kind of off the table under quarantine.
Yes.
Okay. You know,
Oh, damn. Why?
the quarantine being. the
If
main
you're already with
impediment.
someone, fine. But Cheyenne, just the other day, I was driving to the grocery store, and I just wanted to drive downtown and say, "I'm coming, baby, I'm coming." But then my sister's going to find out I'm kicked out of the palace. No sex. If you didn't go into the quarantine having sex, what are you going to do now? You're just going to leave for the night? It's a little tacky, isn't it?
So this is-
it the tough social decision, moral decision to make.
Yeah. So
Exactly. So this is the running theory that under quarantine we're all incels, right? But that's for
Feels
the
like it.
hopeless. That's for the hopeless. But if you're holding out hope, you can be an edgelord, all right? In the sense that not in the sense, and I want to be clear because sometimes an edgelord means you're you're being edgy online to get a rise out of people. I don't mean that way. I mean edging like you're edging, right? You know a little something about edging, and that's big in the tantric world, is it not? Edging.
Edging?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
wow,
then
they
I'm
might have a
wrong.
different name.
I
for it.
misread that. There might be a different name, but it's like you're about to get there, but you're just on the edge the whole time. It's a cliffhanger. You know, you're just living your life. You might as well
Cheyenne
legally
does not
change
know
your
these
name.
pornography terms. This is a porn term, okay?
No, it's not.
Right.
No,
He's
it's
a
not.
tantric sex teacher. Don't bring up these porn terms right now.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Are you
It's-
sure? Edgelording? I think it is.
It's like a cliffhanger. You might as well legally change your name to Cliffhanger, okay? Because
no,
you are on.
No, there is similarity to tantric stuff because I don't know too much, and hey, maybe you could educate us on this because we obviously don't know.
Maybe you could educate us on this.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
thank you.
Stop
Good,
this
good
porn
one,
term.
Amish.
You stop this porn term. But there might be a similarity actually because edging is basically holding at this like very. I feel like I've seen stuff about tantric sex that it's about It's like basically
It's
tantric sex is
retention.
like you take that orgasm, 10 minutes, bing bang, 10 minutes. Is that true or am I?
Retention.
Yeah, so that's a part of Tantra. Like, I want to
Okay.
be clear that Tantra is not, I don't know what to, my phone's looking out. It's not just about sex, right? It's about energy. So it's about the
course.
dance of polarities with energy. So whether that's male, female, and that can be in one body. That's not necessarily by sex. That's hot, cold. If you think of polarities in life, it's when there's that
Yes.
friction and that tension between these like opposites. And then in that dance, it's about weft, and it's like about weaving. If you imagine weaving, so it's going in and out with the energy. So you're playing with it, and then you can do a lot of things with it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual in the way that the Western world has deemed sex to be, like penetration or like this sexy pornography, edging, whatever the fuck you
It's
call
not
it.
pornographic. It's
like,
not
it can be-
pornographic.
It's not. It's not.
It's a medical term.
It's a medical term. But I got to say, I just took a screenwriting class. I found this new screenwriting teacher, and he's like everyone's looking like a shamanic Baba to me right now. And that teacher, he teaches about like how if you're writing a scene in a movie, no, this guy took screenwriting and storytelling to the level of like you are correcting someone's soul. Like he's saying that basically Hollywood is like this church of shadow work, and the point of every movie is to go in and to face your shadows kind of thing. But it's all about this back and forth thing towards this climax.
Yeah.
Very similar. And it's
That's
not
what-
about the climax. It's about the journey, and it is about the shadow work more. But it's also about that nut, right, in a movie.
Yeah.
That's what Frozen 2 was all about. Wait, hold on. Just before,
Cheyenne was
before
going
we
to say
get
something.
okay, I had a question for Cheyenne.
Tell me.
Sorry, we don't usually have guests on, so we don't know how to entertain on this podcast.
We're
We have
looking-
guests. But would you like something to drink? Would you like some cheese?
Go ahead and
No.
get it.
Yeah, why don't you go pick
Hey,
something from the fridge?
hey, do you
Go
want
ahead.
a drink?
Some hummus? What would you like?
I'm sure you
Go
got some red wine over there. Go. It's so funny.
No, but back to the
Thing ever.
but back to it's interesting you say that because the idea of tantra and all that stuff, this comes from which country?
India, I think.
One tradition is from India. So some tantra that I have studied is under the Kriya Yoga tradition, which is Indian. But
Yeah.
like the word tantra is a Sanskrit word. However, this type of work has been also practiced in Egypt, which is
Yes.
also a lineage that I study and practice with other tantrikas in the city. Yeah, so I know of Egypt as well, but there's different places. It's kind of like people say the third eye is Indian. It's not. Like many cultures around the world know that this is an area.
Right.
We like to
Intuition,
give credit for
but
too much
Made
shit.
it very popular.
I thought the third eye came from Burning Man.
No. They stole it from India. Those guys stole it from India. No, people from India talk shit too much, Cheyenne. That's the issue, is that they just take credit for stuff. They'll take credit for Santa Claus even, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they'll just take everything's like from India.
Wait,
Everyone
Amish,
still does it.
Amish, are you saying that Tantra isn't Indian then? You're saying it's not from India.
It is from the Most High universal source, brother. It's not mine or yours or anyone's. It does not belong to a country. It's not bound by these lines drawn by colonial overlords. It is for all people, and that's it.
Okay, wow. So you're gonna take that away from India.
No, India doesn't get to have it, especially not right now.
All
Come
right,
on.
wow.
It's for everyone. It's from the Most High universal source, and that's it.
Have you been watching the news? What's going on in India?
Maybe the word, but Drew, just to clarify, that idea, and Cheyenne, you were saying this too, everyone figured it out independently. Every cool thing, it's always like 6 starting points. Like even like Buddhist and Zen practice, all that stuff, it's discovered by like Lao Tzu kind of does a similar thing, and then Zen does a similar thing. And now, white guys are doing it.
It's a contemporaneous expression of humanity.
Yes.
Whatever the hell that means.
I don't
But hold on.
discriminate against like a white yoga teacher. I don't care.
And you shouldn't. And it's illegal. It's illegal. But can I say, Cheyenne, have you been following the news with India vis-a-vis COVID-19?
No, I have not.
Amish, you want to fill her in?
I mean, which story do you want me to talk about? There's one guy, he just gave 40,000 people COVID in India. One guy. It's spreading like so hard over there.
He's a super spreader.
They're calling him a super spreader. They've given a new designation.
He's a super spreader.
He's a super spreader.
Doing it on purpose?
No,
I don't think so.
Not on purpose, but these people are just like, fuck it. Fuck it. Live your life. That's their mentality. Even my mom comes back. She's like, she's mad at us for not hanging out with her. And we're like, Mom, you might get it. She's like, fuck you guys. We're not family, you fucks. And she just wants to, but we won't talk to her.
Mom?
Quarantined her in. My mom's hard as fuck. This guy, sorry, go ahead.
So she just came back and wants to chill.
She's not down with this. I blocked her car in with my car. 6 people had to call her, like from here, because while she was in India,
everyone was trying to get out. She was trying to jailbreak.
She's trying to do a jailbreak. It took a day of everyone to call and calm her down. But for that first day, she's like, you guys are punk fucking bitches. Fuck you guys. You guys are soft. You don't love your mom. Get the fuck out of my face. She was mad. She was mad.
How did you move past that argument?
Well, what really helps, Cheyenne, is stories like this. Stories that came out today where this guy infected like 40,000 people. He's a super spreader. That I got on the phone right away with my mom. I'm like, Mom, you hear about the story? Did you hear it? She's telling me, Cheyenne, she's like, Amish, they have the cure in India. This Babaji in India, he's like, I have the cure. I sell this root. It's called ashwangaram. Maybe you've heard of it. I don't know. I feel like it could be hot. No, it's a real. He sells it. Cheyenne, it's hot in the tantric circle. Circle. It's very big right now.
Amish, hold on. I love what you said. There's this root. It's called the ashwangaram. I don't know. Maybe you heard of it.
No. The Cheyenne knows the roots and herbs, probably the power, the superfood. It is a superfood, but this guy's going on the news, and he's just telling them he's showing them like a scientific diagram, and he's like, "Look, this is corona, and then ashwagandha root, it blocks the corona, doesn't get into the body, and it's just like a drawing."
Oh my God! So for first of all, the super spreader's passed away now. He's passed away. From
Yeah, he passed away right away.
So how did the super spreader spread? Like what?
Oh.
So he went to a party for the Sikh festival of Hola Mohalla, which attracts about 10,000 people a day for 6 days.
Bing bang, 6 days over there. He's
so he was
partying
around
hard.
10,000 people just celebrating for 6 days each day. He was there for 6 days.
Babaji,
each day, 10,000.
These Babaji's party. He's 70 years old. These Babaji's party. They're old, but
19 of his relatives tested positive for coronavirus a week after he passed away,
That's horrible.
according to the New York Daily News.
yeah, that's rough.
Wow.
Man, those
And India has one of the lowest testing rates despite having over 1.3 billion people. So officials fear the number of infected people, currently under 700, is wildly inaccurate.
What's the judgment?
What's the judgment?
What's the judgment?
New York State has like 20 million people.
These
and they have-
Americans, they're out of control. Let me tell you, these Americans, it's like,
yeah, they're the problem.
They're the
Sure.
problem. What's their goddamn excuse? They have the highest numbers in the world right now.
I
Because
know.
they're testing. What do you mean?
Even after the numbers come in, I don't think India's going to beat America.
So
I think
I read a thing
per
that in
capita very high.
Russia. Okay, hold on. I read a thing that in Russia, right? Not that many COVID-19 cases are coming through the hospitals, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
However, a spike in pneumonia. A lot of pneumonia. Not COVID-19 though.
Interesting.
Little bizarre.
Yeah.
I heard that Singapore has kept it quite low because they.
Yeah, I think some places like
Yeah.
Singapore and Taiwan and
Yeah.
Korea.
Tasha's
places
in
that-
Taiwan.
North Korea, they
Tasha,
just
shout out. We got to give a shout out to our girl Tasha Brown. Tasha Brown, and she's currently in Taipei, teaching kids. What's she teaching them? English.
English.
Yeah, teaching like little children English, trying to get them
Okay.
young. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Get their brains all anglicized young.
Drew's a big French supporter.
I like any language but the Queen's. Let me tell you that much. Okay, but it's my default, but I don't love
Hey,
it.
you have
Anyhow.
respect for the Queen. You have respect for the Queen, but continue.
Well, her son, you know what? Shout out to her son, Prince Charles, got COVID.
He got it.
And shout out to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, one Mr. Boris Johnson. We always shout Boris out.
Yeah.
COVID-19 pause.
Who
That's
else are you
positive.
shouting out to?
So Tasha Brown, the Queen of England, Boris Johnson,
Prince Charles. Give one to Prince Charles.
Prince Charles, and
He's
Prince
not going to make it
Charles.
through. They're done.
You don't think so?
That royal family, that's a lot of stress for the Queen. Cheyenne, have you seen The Crown?
Have I seen The Crown?
Yeah.
The Netflix show.
Netflix?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna go off that pause. I was gonna go with a no.
I'm
I was
a huge.
thinking because Corona means crown, and I was like, how philosophical are we getting here?
No.
So you know what? Another thing I saw in the news. Speaking of the royal family, before we move on, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, right? They just moved out to Tofino. You used to live in BC, right?
I
Cheyenne?
did live in BC, yeah.
So they moved out to Tofino, and now they're telling the press, they're like, we're moving to LA now because we want to get away from the coronavirus craziness in Canada. Meanwhile, California has way more cases
Yeah.
on the books than,
No way.
than British Columbia does.
Are they?
They're saying they're
literally-
going to LA. It's on lockdown.
They're flying today.
It's a prince and princess, so
when
they
you're
can
a
get
prince,
it.
there's no lockdown. There's no
There's no
lockdown
lockdown
if you're
for
a
the
prince.
prince. It's a whatever, but that's wild. Like, what's the reasoning to go to LA, California? Like, what's in California?
So here's my theory,
We
okay?
have better healthcare, but they're
No.
rich.
It doesn't healthcare. Yeah, they don't care. Here's my theory, okay? It's called The Ultimate Finesse by yours truly, the Duchess of Sussex, Mrs. Meghan Markle, okay?
Mhm.
The marvelous Mrs. Markle. Here's what she did. She's the Duchess of Sussex, by the way. Hazy on the facts.
She
It
is
sounds good.
marvelous. She is
Okay.
marvelous.
Here's what I think she's done. All right? She was an actress, right? An actor. She was on Suits, a C-list TV show about lawyers or whatever. I've never seen an episode. I only know. I went to high school. because they shoot it here in Toronto. I went to high school.
Say B-list. Say B-list.
I'm gonna say C.
Give it
I
the
went to high
B.
school. I can't. I went to high school with this guy who was a recurring character on the show because he shoot it here in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So she's on this show. It's not doing well. Okay, it's not doing good. All right.
Okay.
Well, it did fine, but I mean, like your career on Suits, where do you go from there? I don't know. Anyhow, she's like, I gotta make a move, right?
Yeah.
Let me meet somebody.
Okay.
Who does she meet? A prince. She meets the Prince of England. This guy
Okay.
Harry.
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, I want to lock this down. I'm gonna lock this down, right? She locks it down.
Can't blame
Everyone's
her.
like, exciting, progressive. The royals look good. There's a black person in the family now. You know what I mean? Everyone's having a day about it,
Okay.
right? Then a couple months in, she's like, all right, phase 2. Honey, we got it. This isn't woke being a royal. It's not woke. We gotta abdicate. We gotta be our own people. We gotta leave here. We gotta move to Canada. Because that's cool.
Okay.
Canada, good PR, right?
Canada's good PR.
Everyone likes Trudeau. So she's like, okay, we're leaving. They leave. They get to Canada. And then she's like, you know what? Now that we're on our own, I think I want to get back into acting. Where do we go?
Let's go to LA.
Let's go to LA. And then I bet you in 2 years'
Wow.
time, she's going to be starring in a Marvel movie. She's going to be in a Marvel movie. There's no way you just get the Marvel movie off of Suits. That wasn't happening for her.
Yeah.
She
You think
needed
she had to
this
move to
whole
LA?
media circus. No, she
So you
needed
don't think
a
it's
whole,
love?
I think it's love as much as anything's love. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? People, this is a little bit more than love. You know what I mean? This
The
is I
LA
wanna be-
felt opportunistic to you, is what you're saying. Up until now, I think she was fine.
No,
the LA
no,
movie you're talking about, a little
the whole
opportunistic.
thing. The
whole
whole thing.
thing.
I feel bad for her dad. Her dad's like this guy who looked like, you know, he's this like old guy who looks like he has a bit of a drinking problem. He's always using a dial-up internet connection at a
Wow.
library.
Sounds
Talks to
familiar.
the media. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, I feel bad for this guy though, because he's always like, Megan doesn't call me. I mean, he seems like he has his own problems maybe, but call your dad, Megan. Call your dad.
Yeah.
That's where I stand. I don't know.
Yeah, she
Moral of
used
the
us.
story.
She used us, I guess.
She used the royals. She used our monarchy. That's worse than just me
Wow.
or you or Cheyenne. Okay, that's the pride of our nation. Okay, that's the pride of the Commonwealth.
It's on our
right
mind.
there. That lady's
It's on my
our
mind every day.
I wonder what do you think the Queen's lockdown's like right now? How locked down do you think she is?
I don't know.
Are you thinking about this?
I mean,
I like that you have a pen in your hand. It's so serious. It's like we're on Larry King Live. Cheyenne, we got Cheyenne Sapphire on the line. How serious do you think the Queen's
I've
like?
not thought about the Queen
No.
in years, and
if
nor
this
do
was-
I intend on thinking about her right now and whether she's on lockdown.
if this was like Larry King Live, I guarantee you I would have forgotten half of the things I wanted to say mid-sentence. This is not-
Well, Cheyenne, if you watch The Crown, you would be obsessed with the Queen. It's a giant brainwash piece. I love it. I love the Queen. I'm worried about her. I feel really bad. I feel so
As a
bad. I mean,
royalist.
one kid's fucked up. You saw that whole thing, Epstein friend. And then the other kid's got corona now. This Queen, I don't know if she's going to make it. Meghan Markle and then this prince leaving the family, that fucks them up. Like, they're done.
It
And
does. That was the best look they had. Now they just have Andrew. Now they just have Andrew hanging out on Epstein Island.
Dude,
Ugh.
it's
So are you
Yeah.
going to write a letter?
I'm going to write a letter to Megan. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to write a letter. It'll probably be intercepted, but I'm going to try. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to get to her.
you mean she doesn't have to take our fan mail? She's our queen or something, isn't she? She's the
Do you think
princess.
during the coronavirus pandemic that any royal is accepting mail? I mean, they probably don't even accept our mail in normal times.
Hey,
I'd be
they're accepting
horrified if
Uber
they did
Eats.
now. Yeah, Cheyenne, how's your takeout situation? Are you cooking at home? You getting a lot of Dominoes. What's your deal?
Why is it just Domino?
I've been cooking at home.
Yeah. Do you have a Domino's
Yeah,
profile? Do you when you
She's
order
a tantric
Domino's?
teacher, Drew. Have respect. She's not gonna have a goddamn Domino's.
I don't think I've ever eaten at Domino's.
Because if you
Yeah,
don't
of
have the
course
profile,
not. I wouldn't have thought you did even.
if you don't have the profile, you can't get the points.
You're-
Good to
This is-
know.
This is Drew's point-obsessed mind trying to bring Domino's into this. She would never go to Domino's,
So
man.
how
Are
many
you-
How many points do I have?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you ask me how many points do I have?
Yeah. What do you got?
I mean, stop. You keep running around. Why are you running around? You gotta,
because
I mean, it's called shelter in place.
every light
okay?
in here is a pot light. There's no
You have
light.
to shelter in place.
It's
I don't have my
celestial
usual.
going into your crown chakra.
I do need
That's true.
something.
One thing
Well,
we
what
should
about-
probably say for the listeners is, me and Amish do a weekly meditation session every Wednesday in normal times. That's with Cheyenne's mom, Kim, who actually we did a Zoom similar to this. We did a Zoom sit yesterday. You two were absent,
Couldn't make
noticeably absent. Your mother commented she wasn't happy, but it is, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Did she mention me or just Cheyenne?
She mentioned Cheyenne. I mentioned you.
Oh, okay. Everyone mentioned their person. Okay.
You're my responsibility. And,
Okay.
your name came up. Let's just say your name came up.
Okay. Oh man, hey. It says running out of time. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Love
So
it.
this is what I was telling you, Amish. No.
This
This is.
is from Zoom.
I thought that we didn't have time limits, but now we have time limits.
They just popped a thing up. I should have taken a screenshot of it. Idiot. They popped a thing up saying a gift from Zoom. We usually cut people off at 40 minutes, but we're gonna let you keep going. Wow, Kim's not getting the hookup, eh? I heard Kim's not getting the hookup.
This same problem happened with your mom. Sorry?
I was gonna say, did you guys today get those alerts from the government?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. This was in Ontario. I think that was an Ontario-wide alert.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
usually I was kind of glad because usually that alert means some kid's getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
But this time it was just like, hey, Corona's still a thing, right?
Yeah. And just like be wary if you're a traveler and stuff. I wasn't sure if it was
14
just
days.
me.
14-day ISO. You know what? I had a friend who just, I was saying this last time on the podcast. I had a friend who just moved to Montreal to move in with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's a 14-day ISO. I don't know. Even if you're within the country via rail, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And he was out there buying plywood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's going to lumber yards. You can't be doing that on 14-day lockdown.
So are you on extreme social distancing yourself? You're not going close to people 6 feet distance away? What precautions are you taking?
That's a good question. I'm with my family now. I'm doing this with my family like Amish. Are you with your boyfriend right now, Cheyenne?
I am.
Also for the listeners, if you're trying to get in on this, sorry, lockdown. Okay, she's locked down in 2 ways. So back the fuck up. But
Lockdown. You can't do that anyway right now.
no,
Yeah.
not even.
It's
You're an
very
incel.
packaged.
You're an incel anyway. But anyway, I've been doing this with my family, and it's been trying. I don't think the family's gonna survive. I don't think the family's gonna make it through.
That's intense.
I wonder how many friendships have been broken through this. How many roommates will no longer live together? How many families are destroyed? How many relationships ended because of quarantine?
Yeah, well, it really makes you. It's a true test.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, it is.
Relationship, but now you can survive and help. It's so intense.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like some of the people that are having the hardest time with it are the hardest time with the social distancing are people that weren't socially connected with anyone anyway. It's like there's some people that were already not talking to people, but now that it's official, they're like getting a little wacky. They're having issues.
Well, so can I just say
human nature?
Yeah, can I just say one thing? This is my point with the you're either an incel or an edgelord comments from earlier. Because even if you don't see people on a regular basis, you like the idea that hope is still alive, right? That you could. You like in the abstract the idea that I could leave the house, I could see somebody, I could, go to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Once that's taken away from you, there's no hope anymore. All hope is gone.
Well, hope comes from within. And I think that's why this is actually, on some level, really a beautiful opportunity for the whole world. Because A, we're all in it together, but B, we're being forced to sit with ourselves. And it's hard. And people are at first going insane or distracting themselves with music, with social media. I did that too. I was on social media so much at first when usually I'm not. And then
I'm on it currently.
Okay, there we go.
That's the issue. You got to start meditating.
You gotta meditate, man. You gotta
meditate that out, one thing at a time.
Yeah, you gotta do some breath work.
Yeah, do some breath work, man. That's great.
Cheyenne? How's your business? How's your business operating right now with the with the lockdown, do you do a lot of online courses? Do you do a lot
Tomorrow
of online
3
work?
p.m. Tomorrow 3 p.m.
Yeah,
you do the course, right?
yeah. I do.
Okay.
Tomorrow 3 p.m. So I've been doing online dance classes, like a couple different ones. Some tantric dance classes. I'm also like teaching bar classes as well, and some twerking classes. Just things that help like make people feel good and help them get fit, sweat, serotonin. You know, like things that
Twerk it out.
bring this community together. You know,
Yeah.
it's just I think it's so much fun. Also seeing everyone on Zoom and just like laughing and sweating, and it's great.
We did a family
That is
yoga.
good.
My sister teaches yoga. We did a family yoga. It was very
cute.
cute. It was very
That's
cute.
awesome.
And then people were laughing at everyone's moms. Everyone's moms they're like the joke of it. They were like being silly in it. It was funny. It was just like it was a fun family yoga thing. I think it's very true with like we are in isolation, but we're in isolation as a community. So there's like a togetherness there.
You know,
Totally.
I've actually ordered a skipping rope online,
Congrats.
and that should be coming in the mail tomorrow.
Okay.
You know?
Amazing.
And it's a black skipping rope, and I've heard that is slimming. So I'm excited for that.
I've just been doing loving kindness meditations, and I think I put on. I've been saying hashtag quarantine 15 because man, we've just been eating junk food. But I was at the Walmart the other day just buying groceries, and I said that to like 5 people. I was like, I'm eating so much chocolate, and everyone's like, I know, me too. Everyone's, you know.
What are you doing getting up in people's face at the Walmart?
Yeah.
No.
Keep your distance.
No. But I was.
No,
like,
you went.
Were you wearing gloves?
from
No,
a
you did the
distance,
thing.
I was
You did
just
the
like,
thing with like you're covering your mouth, like you're whispering it to them right up close.
No.
I'm eating chocolate. I'm eating so much
I'm eating so
chocolate.
much chocolate, and then
That was a
everyone's like,
little
Ooh, I'm a dirty little badger. I'm a dirty little badger.
I'm so bad. I don't know. Everyone that worked there kind of agreed. They were like, "Yeah, no, I've been eating a lot of chocolate."
Yeah.
You got to eat chocolate. You know what I mean? You got
to.
to find. Listen, you got to find joy somehow. Okay,
Yeah.
I've been making bucatini. Usually, for me, it's spaghetti. But I said, you know what? It's quarantine. I like a thicker, long noodle. I'm doing bucatini. And then look at me now. And I've been buying the Classico sauce. Usually I make it myself. Usually I get the peeled tomatoes in the can, crush them with my hands. Yeah, but now I'm buying Classico because I might need those on the run. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who knows what's going to happen? Cheyenne, by the way, Cheyenne, do you have a firearm in the house? How are you staying safe?
No, but I thought about ordering a bow and arrow. Like, you know, this one day when I started the cold showers and I thought maybe I should start shrinking my stomach and like I got super into it.
You know what? That line of behavior sounds like it ends with a bow and arrow. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It sounds like cold shower, shrink my stomach, bow and arrow. That sounds like a logical process.
Cheyenne, do you have a garden in the back? Are you growing your own food?
I'm gonna start when I go back to my house. So I actually went to Mexico because I was debating, like I was trying to decide which country is best to be in at the moment.
You know what? This one is better. I actually heard in Mexico right now, people are still out in the streets, not really doing the social distancing.
Mexico's saying fuck it, eh?
So they were, and that's kind of where I felt unsafe. So I went there for a week.
Did you notice?
Yeah, no, I just went. So then they were just.
Wait, when did you go?
That's why I said I couldn't do it last week.
Wait, you went to Mexico
last week?
Yeah.
You were in Mexico last week?
Yeah, you were teaching classes.
Whoa! You didn't tell us this up top.
It's in the Instagram.
We have to talk about this.
It's on the
Hold
Instagram.
on. So was this before?
I didn't talk about
before
it.
the travel ban,
Maybe
or just
I
with the travel ban?
have.
Well, no, you're back now. But hold on.
I'm back.
You're back and you're.
Wait.
It was before the travel ban.
How many days before?
Couple days.
And you were like, the writing's on the wall. I gotta get out. And you're like, Trudeau's gonna shut down the borders. I got to get out of Dodge.
Yeah,
you
literally.
hop on a plane. You go to Mexico. You get to Mexico and you're like, not for me. I'm going back.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. You got there and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? You guys are not doing
anything. No, but I understand the instinct.
Honestly, it's a
Did they
debate.
still have
I
like
might
street
go back.
vendors?
Yeah, they did.
When?
I might
When?
go back.
When?
I'm gonna wait it out and see how it feels.
I think you're gonna have to. You don't really have a
after
chance
the
to.
Quarantine, Drew. Wow, Drew's trying to catch me again.
Cheyenne,
after the
you're
quarantine.
trying to get smuggled into Mexico? What are you doing? You're gonna like fly out to BC and then hop on a boat that goes
No, I've been
around the
thinking of
Strait of
all
Juan
of
de
it.
Fuca.
No, man.
Cheyenne, have some bucatini and call it a day. Just have some bucatini. That's
I'm gonna
it.
take
Have
that
a bowl of bucatini
ashwagandha
and call it a
root.
day. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my root, and I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Go back to your roots. I
Back
think
to
that
roots.
for you to be planning on going to Mexico in any near future kind of thing is a reckless and dangerous idea, and you should be arrested and put under.
Cheyenne, okay, calm down. Cheyenne,
Constant
have a bowl of
watch.
bucatini, do a loving kindness meditation, and you don't need a Mexico. You don't need a beach.
No, but this is you know what, Amish, we've been talking to a lot of comedians who are psychopaths,
Yeah.
and they're thinking that this is headed towards martial law. And I gotta be
I know.
honest, this behavior, Cheyenne, this will lead us to the martial law.
Okay, but if it's also really the apocalypse, if it's actually the apocalypse, okay. So I was like, we're going into a depression right now, right? With the stock market crash.
economy.
And what happened after a depression in the 30s? There was war, right? Because of the arms race. So I was thinking, if there's actually a war, I don't care who's listening. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Like, I'm ready to fucking go off into the Costa Rican jungle and like live off grid.
You just want to be
Right.
in the sun.
No, I don't want to be. No.
You're like, listen, I don't care if there's a war going on. I just need those rays, baby.
No. No, I don't want to participate in that.
It's like,
You
in
don't wanna
June, I
be-
work on my tan, and that's it. Okay.
Who's the war? Well, who's the war going to be with, though? I don't see. I
Probably
don't see a
against
war on the
Canada
horizon.
because we have resources.
I
But
mean,
who? But who? From who? Who's coming for us? Who wants a piece?
who wants a piece of Canada? Well, Russia
wants
and
a
China
piece?
are both trying to grab pieces up the top.
Exactly. The
They just
Arctic.
plant. They put these flags down in the Arctic, and they're
That
calling
is
on each
true.
other. They
That
don't
is
even ask
true.
us. They're just arguing with each other because we're such little small fries.
But we're
Yeah.
backed by the U.S. Although I did hear
Yeah.
today that Trump was mulling putting troops by the Canadian border, and Trudeau
We're
was like,
backed by the U.S. / like, worst comes to worst, we just become like another state.
Well, I always say that we are vassals in the American Empire already. I mean, if
"We're
you
vassals."
think about-
I've been saying that too. We're vassals.
We're vassals in the American Empire currently, and if there's a bunch of water and bits of territory that on their books they're saying they own it, and that's a ton of our water. So there's like a couple of questions. So I think
Well, we give them a lot of water. We give them a lot of hydroelectricity. We give them a lot of oil. We're a big trading partner with the United States.
we're a good vassal state. We're like, okay, take it. You know, that's kind of how they bully us a bit, but then we get to be on this side and not be like.
Yeah, I mean, part of
But-
that is defense. They have to help out if. But I mean, okay, you think a war is on the horizon?
No, I just thought about it. I know my history, and I was thinking, okay, what happened the last time we were in depression? And because the peak in the 30s depression, the Great Depression, the peak unemployment was 24%, and right now it's predicted that we're going to have 50% global unemployment.
Oh, Cheyenne.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
It's not good. Well, that's why we're in the
No.
podcasting business.
That's
what-
why we're in the podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's no money in it, and you can't shut us down.
Yeah, fuck. No, definitely we're going to change right now, but I don't think it has to go on the negative. I think, yeah, that's why we all need to do our loving kindness meditations, raise that
Totally.
awareness, that consciousness, and make sure that we don't start going negative like that. Because it's basically like we have to shift now to a different kind of economy, and some people are mad about it. But maybe we're going to come out of Corona, I think, maybe thinking, because you ever meet people, they tell you what their job is, and you're like, we don't need that.
Totally.
And you
Like
get paid a lot,
podcaster.
and we don't need it. No, I'm telling you more like financial people that are getting paid a ton of money.
Yeah.
Even the way they
Right.
describe it sometimes, like trader type of jobs. I'm like,
Right.
it's a lot of Putin one time called
What
them-
I do is I find people's pension plans and I gut them, and then use all that money to pay out my stockholders.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's your firm.
You know, senior citizens. I'm the reason why they have to eat cat food. That's what I do is I rob them of a secure retirement, and then I take all that money and I invest it in Fancy Feast. And
Man, you joke. My friend's dad used to send $100,000 a year to Israel. He was like a Christian guy.
yeah,
And some people found him, and they were like, "You got to donate money so that Jesus
Yeah.
can come back." And he every year sent.
But Jesus could come back?
Yeah, it's like a thing. They did it. There's a lot of these scams they do on old people where they tell them like they'll it's like partly biblical, partly political, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, so just give us $50,000 or $100,000, and then we're gonna put it towards the cause of whatever. There was like an old reverend that used to do this too. This reverend, he took a bunch of old people's money, and then they were all like, yeah, and he has a jet.
You seem
Wow.
concerned by that, Cheyenne.
Yeah.
I am concerned by that. It's horrible.
It's a big. It's
Hey,
a big
listen,
business.
listen. You got to make a living somehow, okay? Everybody needs to put food on the table, okay? And
Listen, these old people, if you don't get them, Cheyenne, someone else is. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta get it.
I mean,
No,
like,
but-
I wouldn't mind some of that money either.
Yeah, yeah.
hey,
And they're,
listen,
and they're not letting go of it. I'll tell you that, Cheyenne. You got to take it.
Amish,
And that's it.
all I'm hearing from you is opportunity, okay?
Yeah,
Cheyenne's
yeah.
saying we're about to go into depression. You're putting on a lot of money making.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Money-making
that's
plans.
I'm saying if we are, I'm ready
Yeah.
to go rogue. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I mean,
I should send you that My Survivalist Farm. I found this guy. He sells you home farm kits, and in the commercial for it, in the first 30 seconds, he's like, "When there's roving bandits out there trying to murder people for food, they won't know that you have a farm in the backyard. So buy it."
Wow.
It was like within 2
Wow.
minutes, he went right to the roving bandit. It's called My
Straight to the
Survivalist Farm.
point.
Right to the point. It's a whole industry.
yeah, and that guy's name is Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, it's a big business though. Like that's why I was like when this whole COVID thing started, I started noticing that people are selling these COVID scams so quick, and then I looked into it and I realized there's already a whole survivalist community. There's a bunch of people who think the world's going to end anyway.
Yeah,
This
it's
Corona
true.
thing.
Yeah. There's some people who live their whole lives waiting for the world to end.
Yeah, yeah,
It's true.
You know? They base their day upon it.
yeah. There's have you guys heard of Jimbo Car? I think Jim. He's like this reverend, and he just sells buckets and buckets of mac and cheese in case the world's going to end. And he does like these seminars at his place, and people come over and they eat the mac and cheese together. It's like different foods, but like mac and cheese is one of them.
What if you're a vegan?
He doesn't care about that. He's not. He's like it's the end of the world.
So
Just
that's not his demo.
No,
The morals are out of the picture if it's the end of the world.
eat the animals. That's it.
I wonder how do people with a very restrictive diet make it through the apocalypse? That's what I want to.
No, that's what the apocalypse is for. It's to burn. Like those people are done. Yeah, we got to make sure that
To
doesn't-
burn?
they just, when life gets really hard and you got a peanut allergy, it's like maybe there's not enough.
I'm sorry. Is there soy in this?
Yeah.
Maybe they just overcome it.
And how was this sourced?
I mean, maybe, hey, Cheyenne, maybe you could overcome it with like a meditation. Like I was watching this Wim Hof stuff, and I don't know what to think of this, Cheyenne. Love him. I think he's brilliant. Doing the cold showers, doing the breathing.
Wait,
But
Cheyenne,
then
do
he
you know
starts-
Wim Hof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then he starts talking about it, and I think maybe this guy has brain damage from not hearing enough, because sometimes some of the stuff he does, and he sounds very silly, like the dancing one. Remember I showed you, like the dancing.
Yeah.
He does that, but then he talks about he's like, now you breathe in, air go all the way into your head, and we have a science on this now. Okay, you are in the moment. Breathe out, and he's got these it's a great meditation. Feels good. Feels good.
Yeah.
But do you think that he can reduce inflammation?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you think so, right?
But you can with your mind. I've done it. Like once I had
How?
hives and I was able to clear it and simmer it. I've done
I
that
think-
many times.
How did you do that?
Loving kindness meditation, maybe. No.
Pretty much like compassionate meditation, focusing and calming down my nervous system. Because I used to have a really bad eczema.
Right.
And I had to control the incessant itch and the pain that it caused. So I've
Wow.
done it.
And you feel you did that psychosomatically?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Wow.
At times, not like I could do it like immediately in 5 seconds. It's gone. Like no, I'm not
Right,
there.
but a concerted
Yeah.
and sustained effort through a
Yeah,
concerted
yeah,
and
yeah.
sustained effort.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheyenne,
No,
I wanted to ask one thing. When you returned from Mexico, right?
Back on the Mexico, Drew.
Well, this just came into my mind because I am so alarmed.
What's
by
this
that.
interrogation about, Drew? Okay, cool.
No. What? But that's what I want to ask about. How were you treated by Canadian Customs? What were they doing at Pearson when you got back?
I mean, when I got back, the travel ban had just been just been put in place. But
Okay.
they were fine. Like they asked questions, you know, have you been sick? Do you have a fever? There is a place where you were tested for a fever.
They tested you. Okay.
They asked if I had a cough or if I was sick or like whatever. Those questions, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the art, because I've been hearing different things. Some people told me that they've been going in like, how do you feel? And then people are like, great. I'm like, all right, go ahead. And then other people have been telling me like they took my temperature.
I mean, they had the temperature station, but they didn't test mine.
They didn't test your temperature.
Wow,
Okay.
Cheyenne.
Okay.
Cheyenne, you just, you know, you got that charm. You got a glow.
You got that 14-day ISO.
Meditations, dude, they don't test it. That's it. They wouldn't give you a ride program check either. They just be like, you know what? Let's go.
You don't seem drunk. You don't seem drunk.
Are you okay? Don't bother. Let her go. She's had a long flight. Something like that, maybe.
All right. I think we're reaching about an hour. We usually run for about an hour. But Cheyenne, can you plug where can people find you? Where can people
totally
get in touch with what you got going on?
Thank you. Sure. So main form of communication, you can check me out on Instagram. It's at Cheyenne Sapphire. There's hella doubles in that name. So I don't know. Well,
spell it out. Spell it out.
Okay. So it's CHEYENNE. Then SAPPHIIRE.
2 eyes. You see, you people didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
2
Well,
eyes.
we'll have a link to it wherever people are listening to this.
And what courses are you offering?
So I'm offering some online classes through Zoom, and there'll be a Tantric movement class. There'll be a twerk class and a choreography class, and I'll be doing that. So 3 classes per week. Then you can we can do private sessions as well if you're interested in that. And then when all this goes down, stay tuned for performances, retreats, ceremonies. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Because you know what, guys, we got to keep that economy humming.
Yeah.
All right?
We do.
Yeah.
If you're in Canada, you're getting $2,000 in a month. All right. Throw some of that Cheyenne's way. Don't pay your landlord. Give it to Cheyenne.
Yeah.
You know, people have been showing me all like the messages they're getting from their landlords, being like, "Listen, you got to pay." I don't know what you heard, but you got to pay April 1st. And then like we heard that you're getting $2,000, so maybe use some of that to pay the rent.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? That money where I'm sitting, that money's going towards a post-coronavirus barbecue that I'm throwing for my neighborhood. Okay.
Nice.
So I don't know anything about a landlord expecting a dime out of me.
You're a community leader. You're a community leader.
These kids need their Sabrett hot dogs. Okay. These kids need their Nathan's Originals, and I'm not going to be the one to restrict them from getting them. Okay.
Right.
Amish, you want to plug anything?
Oh, yeah. Guys, if you go to budmail.com and use my code AmishFlower, you can get a discount on some weed. My friend just ordered some today for his dad, and they're very excited about it. But I order from them. It's a great service. You don't want to go to a dealer at a time like this. Go to budmail.com. They are like a dealer, though, but they just mail it to you. And use my code AmishFlower.
Again, I'd like to plug that I'm not associated with what Amish is selling or pushing. Cheyenne, I suggest you do the same.
It's a great service. It's a great service.
Not in any way or form something I'm getting money for.
They will deliver to your
house. Or association with them.
They will deliver to your house. I don't know if Drew has a competing weed company that he's trying to. I don't know what's happening.
Nope, I don't. No, I do not. So I just want to be on the record with that. But but this has been. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bonus episode. We're going 2 weeks during the virus, I think, and we're gonna be bringing you guys more guests. You know, a lot of local business owners, personalities, people who are out here trying to make the best of a bad situation. So that has been this week's bonus episode of Let's Come to an Understanding, and we will see you during the regular episode next Wednesday. All right, thank you
so much. It's been a pleasure. Lots of love.
Let's come to an understanding. 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 Let's come